All right. So as we went into the long Thanksgiving weekend in the United States, Donald Trump gave an interview to Fox News propagandist Sean Hannity. And I think this interview is interesting because I'm worried there are already some people becoming desensitized to how horrible it was under Trump. Some people are already starting to forget and saying, I don't know, Biden's not super exciting. And was Trump really that bad? And it's very, very concerning. And what is notable about this interview is the degree to which Donald Trump's same old lies are being repeated, but made even worse, and where his same terrible instincts are being escalated and blown up even further. Just look at this first clip. Trump with further lies about gas prices. 2 weeks ago, we looked at a different interview Trump did where he lied about gas prices to some degree. He's now lying even more and being even more deceptive about this issue. Take a listen to this.
Gas was at gasoline $1.83 or $1.86 when I left a gallon, and now it's at $7.70 in California, in different places in California, and it's heading that way everywhere, and it's going to go a lot higher than that, and we're asking OPEC.
Yeah. So as I told you 2 weeks ago, the real price when Trump a year ago, when Trump left, was $2.20 a gallon, not $1.80 or 83 or 86 or $1.78. So the gas price was higher. When Trump now says, and it's $7.70 in California, again, I wasn't able to find any place where it was $7.70 in California. I've heard anecdotally that super premium sometimes is in certain places $7 a gallon in California. Most people don't use super premium. The average price in California is actually $4.70. So Trump is lying. It's just lie upon lie upon lie. Trump then again went back to this thing about Mark Zuckerberg wanted goodies from him. We still haven't really figured out what that means, but Trump keeps saying it.
And you watch what happens. I think big things are going to happen, actually, Sean. But he would often come to the White House trying to get goodies. He didn't do too well.
Look, you have.
So the context here is Zuckerberg is bad because Facebook banned Trump for regularly flouting and violating their terms of service. And Trump now says, on the one hand, they suppress my speech, but then Zuckerberg came to me asking for stuff. Now, is it possible that Zuckerberg went to Trump asking for stuff? Oh, I'm almost positive. I mean, I can't imagine anybody who runs a company that big who, given the opportunity to speak to a president, wouldn't try to lobby on the behalf of things that would be good for them. But that routine, it's all personal for Trump. It's not about what is the best infrastructure for social media for the country and what could I do in my meetings for Mark Zuckerberg to do good things. It's Zuckerberg banned me, but he asked me for stuff. It's all me. It's all personal. Trump then, now this is fascinating. He shifts an old talking point to now generally apply to supply chains. See if you noticed the talking point.
And we did a fantastic job in supplying our country. Every shelf was bare. Every cupboard, I call them the cupboards, were bare for the different states. We did a great job. We got no recognition.
Now, you might remember that the cupboards were bare is a phrase Trump used to only apply to what he said was the bare cupboards of the military. Trump would say, I came in, Obama left the cupboards bare in the military. We had no weapons. He said, sir, they came to me. They said, sir, we got no ammunition. And then I got ammunition. Now, Trump is just generally applying the cupboards were bare to states, supply chain, products, whatever. It's the same talking point, now just applied to something different, and it's always been a lie. Then Trump starts to try to rewrite history. Trump raises the idea that the Capitol riots on January 6th, those weren't Trump supporters. That was Antifa.
But they go after people that in many cases, and not in all cases, but in many, many cases are patriots. And you had some bad people. And if you look at what happened at the Capitol, you had some bad people that were not patriots at all. And they came from other places, including Antifa and including others. And they led a lot of people astray. They don't want to cover that.
Yeah, I like how he says Antifa. So that Trump is saying two things. His supporters, who are not criminals, they're patriots, aren't being treated well. And the truth that a lot of the rioters were Antifa is not being covered, and those people are not being prosecuted. There's no evidence for any of this. This is lies all the way down. I hope that you know that. Maybe the funniest moment from this interview is Trump says, finally, the Durham report is out. It's not. And Hannity goes, but it's not out. And it's just a delightfully confusing moment here on the Hannity show.
It's interesting. The Durham report, as far as, it's come out. I wish it could have been a little earlier, but it's unbelievably complete. And I would imagine this is just the beginning of the foundations.
But I want to ask you about that specifically.
No, well, I mean, no, but the foundations
but we know the Steele
are being
dossier is
built.
debunked.
That's the best. But Hannity doesn't know. Hannity says, but it's not even out. And Trump says, no, well, but the foundations are being built. It's just total confusion. And then maybe my favorite lie. That was the funniest moment. But my favorite lie is when Trump says he created the term fake news. Now I'm going to address this.
They are, and I say it, and I don't want to say it much, but I say it, and I hope in the future I won't have to. They are the enemy of the people. And we could have a country that would be able to heal and get together, except the media foments it. They're so corrupt. And, I came up with the term fake news a long time ago. I don't know if I'll get credit for that, but that's okay.
Well, you won't get credit for it because you didn't come up with the term. Now this is super interesting. The term fake news has been around a really, really long time, and it has a specific meaning. Like the original fake news was Hillary Clinton birthing an alien baby or something like that. I'm not saying that's the first fake news story, but it referred to like tabloid fake news. Later after the advent of online news, fake news was used to refer to the same type of stuff, but online, just totally made up stories. Trump didn't invent the term fake news. What Trump pioneered was calling any reporting you don't like fake news. That's Trump's contribution. It's a very negative contribution. Then they go on to dementia and cognitive tests, and Sean Hannity still talking about Trump passing his dementia test.
You took that cognitive test. I asked Ronnie Jackson. You got 30 out of 30. Do you believe that Joe Biden is showing signs of being cognitively compromised? And should he take the test?
Look, all I can say is I know President Xi, I know Putin, I know Kim Jong-un, I know all the leaders of the world. I got to know them very well. Most of them I like, many of them I like, although tough cookies. They're all at the top of their game. We need somebody that's at the top of the game. And, maybe it should be mandated that you take like cognitive tests or something.
Yes, we've been saying that for a long time, but the Montreal Cognitive Assessment would just be one layer. We would hopefully have more, actually. And that is what Trump seems very confused about. Maybe like cognitive tests or something. And then lastly, Trump says in reaction to the Waukesha tragedy, where this individual ran over multiple people, killing, I think the death toll is now tragically up to 6. Trump says there is good news there, which is the guy hated Trump.
The good news is he hated Trump, okay? He hated Trump based on early...
That's the good news, guys. The guy hated Trump. So you couldn't get an easier interview from Sean Hannity. And even Sean Hannity can't save Donald Trump from making a fool out of himself. One of our sponsors is Athletic Greens, which makes comprehensive daily nutrition really simple. People are busy. We're not always getting effective, balanced nutrition from the food we eat. We sometimes are combining all sorts of different vitamins, supplements, different things that may be relevant to us. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a delicious drink that just simplifies the entire thing. It's one product. You get all of the things you need, 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's a multivitamin, it's a multi-mineral, it's a probiotic, green food blend in one daily serving. Really easy, high quality, bioavailable ingredients can fill those nutritional gaps in your diet, and they can help with gut health and digestion and support you in other ways. And they can replace multiple products and pills that you might be taking. It's just one drink, really simple. I've been enjoying the AG1 drink by Athletic Greens. Tastes good, helps me get everything I'm trying to get. Athletic Greens is giving my audience a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase when you go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman. The link is in the podcast notes.